I am Inez. I am a recovering addict. I was born in Mexico. I was raised here in San Diego, City Heights. I started using drugs when I was in middle school. The first drug I started using was marijuana, and then it started escalating to other substances. I lost everything I had. I had everything. I had a good job. I had good friends. I had good support. My addiction led me to being homeless here in San Diego. So that was really hard for me. I've never been homeless in my life, that just made me change my perspective, everything. The first time I did rehab was court ordered in the system. I was incarcerated for a year. I actually stayed clean for 8 years almost. After those 8 years, I fell off the boat again and started drinking. I would work a program, but I was still drinking, and I would stop drinking and I would go back to the rooms of recovery. I wasn't sure what I wanted.
My name is Nidol Garkot. I am a first generation South Sudanese American. What led my sisters to start abusing drugs and alcohol isn't really something that I can pinpoint. Nylam is in a rehabilitation program now. She started utilizing small gateway drugs like marijuana in middle school, which would be 2011 ish, 2012. As for Nibel's story, it started with her drinking in late high school. And her journey, I would say, started in about 2015. And then it ended in 2022 with her death that was caused by heavy alcohol use.
My family, they've been a big part of my support group. I do have friends, people now that I can actually call any time of the day and they will answer their phone on me. Ria Moore, she's a really great person to talk to. She's there to support us, and if I ever need somebody to talk to, she's part of my support group as well.
My name is Ria Moore Bell, and I'm the owner of Haven Apart's Silver Living. It is a men's recovery home in the City Heights area. I have known Inez for 2 years, which is the bulk of his recovery journey. And I can say that I am exceptionally proud of his growth.
My family, it's always going to be hard for them to understand. They see it different than how I do. To me, it's a lifestyle. It's going to be for the rest of my life. I know that, and for them, that's they don't think about it that way. They think it's a temporary thing, and then I need to move on. But for me, it's not like that.
I think a lot of times the attention is really on the individual who's struggling with the addiction. And of course, I think they should have the attention that they deserve. But a lot of times there are people who are forgotten and who slip through the cracks. Me and my twin sister are the youngest ones. So seeing my sister's addiction, my mom had this really huge fear that me and my twin sister would kind of have to suffer through um, the same struggles that my sisters went through. So there was a huge lack of trust that my mom had in both of us. There's always a relation back to my sisters. Even during my high school graduation, my mom wasn't fully present in the day because in the back of her mind, she's wondering, where is Nylam? How can I be there for Nylam? I have to go get Nylam off the street. Did I want my sisters to get all the help and the tools that they needed? Yes. But did I also want to be acknowledged and seen? Yes. But I know that I missed out on a level of attention from my mom because of what my sisters were going through. And those parts of the stories are never really highlighted. And I think it's important for those to be highlighted. It's important for those to be considered. Because even when my sisters did get out of the rehabilitation programs, and for the small periods that they were clean, um, they also didn't take time to acknowledge that. And even when it was communicated, there was a response of anger that they had towards me because for them it's, I'm clean now, you should just be fine with that. But what about the people that your addiction affects? Do those people not matter?
Friends and family of people that are going through addiction and recovery, I think the best way that they can help is to be supportive. I think also, as we discussed, setting those boundaries is probably going to be a really big piece because, for some of us that don't have the boundaries, we're not helping them. You know, we're just allowing them to remain in this continuous cycle. But you also have to set those to protect their emotional well being as well as your emotional well being.
Their struggles with addictions impacted my relationship with not only them but my other siblings. We were just never close again. I mean, I hate to be the person who's like, like who says never, because you never want to say never, but we'll never go back to who we were as kids again. We'll never go back to the strong ties we had as kids again. And addiction did take that away from us.
The way I live today is pretty different. I get to do good things. My body, physically, I feel really good compared to how it was before. I get to travel a little bit, it's stuff that I've never done ever in my life. I get to help people who are struggling in recovery now. That's something that, I feel good about because it's a reminder of where I come from. Today, I will be taking a token. A few of the people that are my support group, they're going to be there to talk about my recovery, my journey. It's a big deal to me. Yeah, 2 years. It's the most I've had clean. Thank you guys for having me out here and being part of my journey. It's amazing. Thank you guys. Yeah.
Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. 3 little birds perched by my doorstep.